This is CBS 6 This Morning Weekend.
From the support already, we see how many people actually love Shannon and how Shannon made a big part.
One Chesterfield County diner at a loss for words. We're going to share how a fundraiser is honoring the passing of a hardworking employee who did nothing but serve up smiles. It is 6 o'clock on this Sunday, March 2nd. Hi there, I'm Greg McQuaid along with Mike Stone.
Hello.
Mike, you predicted it in your forecast yesterday. I'll tell you, it was so delightful yesterday. Boy, this morning, oh, you're going to have to bundle up.
Yeah, yesterday we made it up to 71 degrees. Delicious. And today we might not crack 45. And do you know how it was windy yesterday?
Yes.
Still a little bit breezy this morning, so we have wind chills in the teens.
In teens?
Yes. So effectively over 50-degree temperature feel to your body in just like 12, 14 hours.
You know, Mike, it's not going to last that much longer, so you can hold on.
No, so it's going to be chilly today, tonight, and into tomorrow, and then we're going to see a nice warm-up for the middle part of the week. We have clear skies outside this morning there, Gregory. And we are starting off with temperatures now in the 20s across the entire region. It's down to 20 in Stanton. We may get one or two spots to the north and west to dip down to the upper teens briefly. We definitely will by this time tomorrow morning. Versus this time yesterday, temperatures down a good 15, 20, even 24 degrees. And with the breezes outside, this is what it feels like. So we have a wind chill currently of 13 in Richmond, 15 in Louisa, 17 in Chester, and also in Tappahannock, 19 in West Point. Nothing going on. Clear skies outside, so we're going to have a nice sunny day today. Sun's up at 6:39. We'll set 6:04. It's still going to be a little bit breezy for the next few hours, and the winds will calm down during the day. So during the afternoon, the winds will be about 5, 10, 12 miles an hour or so. But this morning, we'll have some gusts over about 20 in a few spots. A high today of 45 degrees. Once the sun goes down, it gets cold, and we have some teens and 20s for tomorrow morning. But then to the south and west, it's warming back up. We'll be back towards 70 by the middle part of the week. We might have some severe weather that comes along with it. We'll talk about that coming up. Greg.
Michael, thanks. People from across Virginia Beach and beyond gather at Rock Church Saturday for the joint celebrations of life for officers Cameron Gervin and Christopher Reese, who were killed in the line of duty last weekend. Our Scripps News affiliate WTKR's Jay Green shares the story.
Well, there were signs of unity all Saturday afternoon as hundreds of law enforcement officers came all across the Commonwealth to Virginia Beach to honor the lives of officers Cameron Gervin and Christopher Reese, who died in the line of duty about a week ago. Here's video of what we were seeing all Saturday afternoon, an absolute sea of law enforcement. Everywhere you looked, there was a color guard or an honor guard representation from all over the Commonwealth and beyond, as far as Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, even New York. We also saw Governor Glenn Youngkin briefly as well. There were certainly moments where I started feeling myself well up inside, especially when you're hearing some of the music being played outside as the bodies of those officers were being brought into the hearses. And as someone who comes from a family that has connection to law enforcement, even as a reporter, it certainly tugs at your heart even more. One of those special moments included a flyover from the U.S. Navy. We saw that formation shortly before the start of the funeral Saturday afternoon. We actually had a chance to talk to the person from the Navy who planned that event.
Today we're here to basically show our unity to our community. We're community neighbors, and we want to give honor and show respect.
Yeah, unity in our community in so many ways. Saturday afternoon, you saw so many agencies out here coming together, and really all of Hampton Roads coming out in full force to honor two men right from our community. In Virginia Beach, I'm Jay Green, WTKR News 3.
6:04 right now, a popular Midlothian diner, and the folks there grieving the sudden loss of one of their young employees. CBS 6's Maggie Marshall shares how they are honoring her life and raising money for her newborn baby.
Smiles from servers and the smell of sausage and eggs. But what you wouldn't know from the bustling breakfast joint is their staff is currently coping with immense grief.
It's just so hard to lose somebody, and being so young that you had around almost 4, 5, 6 days a week sometimes.
Owner Victor Roustis says his longtime employee, 27-year-old Shannon Bennett, unexpectedly lost her life.
Just a tough loss, tough loss. In this restaurant here, we're all a family.
Rootzis says the loss is hitting the team even harder because she was in her final trimester of her first pregnancy. Doctors were able to save her baby.
She was so happy. She was so happy to be a mom. I mean, she was so excited.
The staff are now trying to provide some help for her new daughter and family. They designed a fundraiser called Grill and Give, where the community can come get burgers and make a donation.
Definitely, she was a family member. She was at all our functions, trying to raise money for Shannon's family, her partner, and her daughter that she left behind, and just to give them some monetary funds to get them through whatever they need.
A vigil will follow the fundraiser in the diner's parking lot as a chance for anyone to come share memories.
From the support already, we see how many people actually love Shannon and how Shannon made a big part in this restaurant.
While breakfast is still being served, a piece of home is still missing for many. They hope helping Bennett's family will allow them to begin the process of healing.
It's so hard to lose somebody that's been so close and an invaluable person to this company, whether you can come through and eat yourself a good cheeseburger or just come through for support. Any support can help Shannon and her family and the loved ones she left behind.
In Midlothian, Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.
That fundraiser happening today from 4 to 6 p.m. at Brick House Diner, Midlothian. You can also donate to her family through a link that we have on our website, WTVR.com. 6:06 right now. Military chefs from across the globe came together to not only serve the country, but to serve up some tasty treats. Hosted by the U.S. Combined Arms Support Command, the 49th Annual Joint Culinary Training Exercise event was held Saturday. More than 200 military culinary experts from various U.S. branches showcased their talents to judges at the McLaughlin Fitness Center. The free event is the largest American Culinary Federation competition in North America. It is official. Virginia Smith, the spunky 99-year-old that we introduced you to earlier this week, celebrates her 100th birthday on Saturday. She was part of the first graduating class of Maggie L. Walker High School in Richmond and spoke with CBS 6's Joy Foltz, reflecting on her life and looking forward to making new memories in her 100th year. The matriarch spent her special day laughing alongside dozens of family and friends at a big birthday celebration. These are just a few moments of that big party where Miss Smith enjoyed good food and great company. Happy birthday, young lady, 100 years young. Just at 6:08 right now. Speaking of matriarchs, we would like to get to Mike Stone.
How dare you?
You're the matriarch of the Weather Center.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? Third of all, how very dare you? How about that?
Well, a triple dog dare.
It's a triple dog dare. We have a big drop in temperatures, Gregory. Yesterday we hit the low 70s in spots. Today, we're getting to wind chills closer to about 10. We'll talk about when it's going to warm back up in just a few moments.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. It's 79 degrees down here at the Virgin Islands. No wind chills of 10 down there. Come on back. Mike's forecast after this. Is it that time of year again? Are you kidding me?
Just about.
Spring is just around the corner. With it comes the cherry blossom season in Washington, D.C. The National Park Service just announced its prediction for when we could see peak bloomage at the tidal basin.
They confirmed that they expect the cherry blossoms to be at their peak from March 28th through the 31st. Jeopardy host Ken Jennings, why are we talking about him? Well, he helped announce the date, and he also announced that he would be the grand marshal for the parade this year.
Hey.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival will run from March 20th to April 13th. And March 20th actually has an important significance. That is the vernal equinox. It happens at 5:01 in the morning. There you go.
Which means what?
Means the sun's over the equator. It's the astronomical, oh God. It's the astronomical start to spring. You know what? This show's not even 12 minutes in, and I'm already sick of you. We have clear skies outside this morning. He's sick of me. We have an hour and 49 minutes to go, for God's sakes. 25 outside right now. The winds are out north at 15. It makes it feel more like 13 degrees outside. These were the highs yesterday. We got into the upper 60s and low 70s. This is what it feels like outside right now. 13 in Richmond, 17 in Chester and Tappahannock, 19 West Point, 15 in Louisa. So in some areas, it effectively feels about 60 degrees cooler than it did yesterday afternoon. Here are the current air temperatures, mid to upper 20s. Still a little bit breezy outside this morning, but the winds will relax a little bit today. But we have this northwesterly wind coming in, and that's just bringing in the cold air. In fact, versus this time yesterday, we're running about 20 to 30 degrees cooler across parts of the mid-Atlantic and northeast. High pressure's in control, and we have a clockwise wind around that, so we are going to have kind of this wind continuing to come in out of the northwest today. So that's going to keep us from really warming up. We're going to have lots of sunshine. Temperatures by noontime in the upper 30s to around 40. This afternoon we get into the low and mid 40s. The winds lighten up a little bit, so not too much of a wind chill. This evening temperatures drop down in the upper 20s and low 30s, and tomorrow morning we have temperatures down to the low and mid 20s, a few spots maybe even the upper teens. And then tomorrow gets a little bit warmer away from the coast, about 45 to 50 degrees for our high temperature. High pressure in control for tomorrow, giving us lots of sunshine. Tuesday we'll start to see it warm up a little bit, back up to around 60 or so, with clouds increasing, and we're still looking at the potential for some rain and potentially some strong to severe thunderstorms on Wednesday. We may get back up closer to 70 before that front comes through, but we continue to be outlooked at least for the potential for some severe thunderstorm activity on Wednesday. The main threat would be damaging wind gusts. But look at the temperature progression and drop. Close to 50 tomorrow, 62 on Tuesday, close to 70 Wednesday. Then we kind of drop back down to the 50s to around 60 heading into next weekend. But it's looking like the following week, like a week from tomorrow, we may actually have a string of 70s next week. But in the meantime, pretty chilly today, tonight, and tomorrow. 62 on Tuesday. That good chance of rain and some thunderstorms with some potential wind gusts over 40 miles an hour a good chunk of the day. Breezy 56 Thursday, 59 Friday, and maybe a shower or two next weekend. Greg.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. 6:14 right now, an unexpectedly polarizing figure in the NFL who made the league a lot, and I mean a lot of money. How much publicity revenue Taylor Swift has brought in since she started dating the Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. That's next, and hey, watch this.
And welcome back to 6:17, time for this hour's edition of Hey, Watch This.
Hey, first we are taking a look at a new Richmond cafe looking to bring together coffee lovers and music lovers.
Like you. Former music industry professional Patrick Weaver has turned his love of coffee and vinyl records into a new business venture. The coffee and record shop named La Cache Doucette is at 109 East Broad Street in the city's Arts District. The cafe's menu features a variety of coffees and teas and will eventually serve up pastries as well. The record store side will have about 1,300 records for sale, mainly used vinyl from a range of music genres. So we wish a very batch of good luck to this new business in the heart of the city.
Fantastic. Vinyl and caffeine. Awesome.
Well, if you're ever wondering where your socks go when you lose them, here's an unexpected option. An animal rescue center in California rescued a 7-month-old pup after she indulged in her owner's laundry.
Bernese mountain dog Luna, bad Luna, was taken to Corona Animal Emergency Center after her family noticed she had a bulging belly. X-rays revealed that she was nearly filled to the brim with that. Socks. Veterinarians performed surgery on the pup, removing a total of 44 items from her stomach. Some of those things included 24 socks, 2 hair ties, and a baby's onesie. Luna. Cone of shame, though. Look at that. Luna's family says she's now happily recovering at home. Here's another one. You get a sock. You get a sock. You get a sock.
Did your dog Bella have something like that?
Yes, my former dog, lovely
God
animal.
rest her soul.
St. Bernard mix. She got into a former partner's laundry, and let's just say she ended up in the emergency room, and they were plucking not socks but panties. And then they asked, "Do you want the panties back?" And I said, "No."
No, that's okay.
What size were they? It's still a love story between the National Football League and Taylor Swift.
According to Apex Marketing, the pop superstar brought in $1 billion worth of publicity to the sport. The firm tracked how often Swift and the NFL were mentioned since her game day debut in 2023, the launch of her relationship with Kansas City star Travis Kelce, and her record-breaking Eras Tour amplified the media exposure. According to Sportico, rhymes with Portico, the singer's presence had a profound effect on Kelce's popularity as well. In September 2024, the outlet reported a 400% increase in his jersey sales in the days following Swift's first appearance at a Chiefs game.
No such thing as bad publicity, my man.
That's true.
Unbelievable.
Well, time now for Pause for Pets. He doesn't really need an introduction, but we'll give him one anyway. Here's Mike Goldberg.
Good morning. Journey is a beautiful 11-month-old kitty adoptable from Care. His exquisite black coat gives him a mini black leopard vibe. He's super sweet but very shy initially. Journey would do well in a home with another kitty and loves to play. He has his favorite toy that he will carry around so he can toss and pounce on it. Zooming around the house with his foster buddies is one of his favorite pastimes. Bring out the laser and watch his silly antics. Don't be surprised if you wake up to find him cuddled up right next to you. If you're interested in meeting Journey, please send an email to info@care-cats.org. I'm Mike Goldberg with this morning's Pause for Pets.
Wow, Journey likes laser, so does Greg. We have clear skies outside currently. What a difference a few hours make. Right now we're in the 20s across the region and the feels like temps are in the teens. Yesterday we had some highs near or above 70 degrees, so it is going to be a lot cooler today. High of 45. It will turn less breezy as the day wears on. Some teens and 20s tonight, closer to 50 tomorrow, around 60 on Tuesday. Still looking at a good chance for rain, some gusty winds, and possibly some severe weather on Wednesday. High 65 to 70, then breezy, a little bit cooler Thursday and Friday. A chance of a couple of showers next weekend. Looks like 62 Saturday, some 50s next Sunday, and then the following week we might have a string of 70-degree days coming up.
Oh, man, we will love that.
Yes,
Mike,
sir.
Thanks so much. Hey, Sean has a check of a hard court action here all across the Central Virginia region. Right after this, stay tuned.
CBS 6 Sports, sponsored by Toyota.
A feel-good edition of CBS 6 Sports begins with the college basketball whip-around. While the Division I programs are wrapping up their regular season conference schedules, the CIAA, they started March Madness with the men's and women's championship finals Saturday in Baltimore, and Virginia State had a chance to win both titles. We start with Lonnie Blow and the Trojans as they face Bluefield State in the men's final. First half, VSU DeJour Rucker showing off the range with a corner three. He finished with 7. Game tied at 9 early. Big Blue, they would go on a run later. Jalen Bernard, a straight-on three, part of a 10-4 run to give Bluefield State a 19-13 lead. VSU would, though, respond near the end of the first half. Kendall Bynum, the little hesitation to get to the basket. Trojans led 36-35 at the break. Second half, more from VSU and Jacob Cooper, all CIAA guard. He'll get 3 the hard way. He finished with 16. VSU up by 4. They go on to win their first conference title since 2019, 71-64. They're headed to the NCAA Division II tournament with the automatic bid. Down in Salem, 18th ranked Randolph-Macon and Washington and Lee went at it for the ODAC title. Macon led by 5 at the break, and in the third, they made it a 5-point lead on a Mackenzie Matheny layup. Near the end of the quarter, the Generals would rally. Megan Zimmerman, the transitional 3, one of 2 threes made on the night for her. Game tied at 46 after 3. Fourth quarter, more from the Generals, down 1. Mary Schlesner scores inside for 2 of her game-high 31 along with 22 boards. They take the lead by 1. Under 4 to go, Macon down by 1. They look for Matheny again, and she comes through one more time for the Yellow Jackets. Catherine Kagi led them with 25 along with 10 rebounds and 7 steals. Matheny added 12. Macon wins their first ODAC title since 2020, 65-58 the final. Back to the men's game in the ODAC semifinal in Salem as 5th-ranked Randolph-Macon faced Guilford, who reached the Division III Final Four last year. First half, Macon up bucket for the former St. Chris standout Keyshawn Pulley Jr. He knocks down the corner three. Yellow Jackets up by 5. Near the end of the first, Nick Farrar will get going for the Quakers. The hoop and the harm for 2 of his 10, making up 34-30 at the break. Second half tied at 40. Theo Antaroni hits the wide open 3, but Macon was just 5 of 28 from distance of the game and was held scoreless the final 4:30 in regulation as they fall in a conference semifinal 52-49, but most likely will get an at-large bid for the NCAA Division III tournament. They'll find that out on Monday. That is the latest from the Toyota Sports Desk.
This is CBS 6 This Morning Weekend.
It's joy, it's freedom. You come in here, you get to do what you love.
How about that? When one door closes, another one opens. Our Brendan King sharing the story of a Henrico man this morning whose culinary dream finally coming true on 4 wheels after losing his livelihood. 6:30 on the nose. Welcome back to CBS 6 Sunday Morning. Mike, I'm so delighted to see that you're still side by side with me despite being sick of me within the first few minutes of the show.
The first 15 minutes of the show was a trip, people. I almost left. Oh no, we're having tons of fun.
As you say with your fingers crossed right there, yes.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll tell you. It is much different than yesterday morning, man. When you walk outside, it was like a slap to the face.
Now, yesterday morning, it wasn't warm, but we were kind of in the low 40s. Yesterday, we hit a high of 71 degrees, and this morning, we have some spots with a wind chill close to 10 degrees, so effectively more than a 60-degree temperature drop, a feel to your body anyway, versus yesterday afternoon. Clear skies outside right now, and here are the current temperatures in the low to mid to upper 20s. But when you factor in the wind that's outside, it's still a bit breezy. We have some wind chills now, 13 in Richmond, and then a bunch of 17s. Fredericksburg, Tappahannock, West Point, Petersburg, Chester, and Louisa. It feels like 13 over in Orange. Lots of sunshine for today. A little breezy the next couple hours, and the winds will die down a little bit this afternoon. High temperatures in the low and mid 40s. So yesterday we were in the upper 60s, low 70s. Today, low and mid 40s. And we'll have some wind chills in the 30s for this afternoon to around 40 degrees or so. Still going to be chilly tonight into tomorrow, but we're tracking warmer weather for the middle part of the week. But with it is going to be a big storm system, and we could even get some severe weather from that. So we're going to talk more about that in our 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Greg.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. It is 6:31 right now. From working in an office to working on his own food truck, a local business owner is following his dream after being laid off. Our Brendan King shares the voice behind the El Mercatero first food truck, offering a bring-your-own-bag walking taco concept to Central Virginia.
I'm about to introduce you to Paulo Bermudez. He had a major career change in his 40s after he was laid off from Tesla. But as he says, a rejection can also mean a new direction.
Now, the walking taco has been in Mexico for about 30-40 years, and I love Mexican food, right? But then this particular video came up in Alexandria, Virginia, and I said, this is unbelievable. This is amazing, right? And I said, we have nothing like this in Richmond. I don't want to drive 2 hours, get stuck in traffic sometimes.
I met Bermudez at his food truck El Mercatero in the Exxon parking lot. This is at Glenside and Staples Mill Road in Henrico County. He said he was inspired by the Alexandria-based food truck Flavor Hive and their viral videos, I'm sure you've seen them, of the bring your own bag walking taco concept. So last year, he purchased his food truck, received the necessary permits from the county, and with the help of his line cook Robert Lattimore Jr., now serves up bags of walking tacos. You choose your meat, like toppings, cheese, rice, onions, and sauce. All you have to do is bring your own bag of chips. And he shares advice if you've been thinking about starting your own business.
A lot of people are stuck because of fear of the unknown, and it's hard. But don't give up. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, only the Lord gave you that vision, nobody else. And just go forward.
El Mercatero is open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 11 to 8. Again, they're located at the Exxon at Glenside and Staples Mill. I posted some behind-the-scenes video of his food truck on our website, WTVR.com. I'm Brendan King, CBS 6 News.
Oh, we've been talking about it. Spring is just about 3 weeks away, and for many high schoolers, that means it's time to start planning for prom. An event at Clover Hill High School this week worked to make sure everyone is looking their best. on their big day. Wednesday night kicked off the second annual Dress the Dream event, where any Chesterfield Public Schools student was able to get a prom dress and attire for free. Last year, community members ended up helping about 60 students. CBS 6 photojournalist Will Hicks had the chance to speak to a couple of students about how the event helps take the weight off of their shoulders.
It's going to make all the difference, honestly. It's really helpful, and I'm really grateful that they're doing this. It takes a lot of stress off me and my family.
If money is an issue for you, it might seem like, oh, well, I can't go to prom because I can't afford something nice enough to wear. And so the fact that we're able to do stuff like this means that more people can go enjoy those events and feel like they look like a princess while they're doing it.
People can donate men's or women's prom clothes to the high school's front office Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. There will be another event March 16th. 6:35 right now. His colorful canvases are turning heads and hanging on the walls in Richmond homes every day. The local artist is not letting the physical limitations prevent him from creating art and spreading lots of joy. Check this out. This is Bukuru Nyandwi. He's drawing and painting with a marker or brush pinched between his cheek and shoulder or teeth. The 33-year-old Tanzania native was born without arms or legs. Bukuru, who immigrated to the United States in 2008, started drawing animals in the dirt when he was a teen. For the last decade, Bukuru has been a member of Milk River Arts. We're in Richmond. Well, that nonprofit currently helps 8 artists who are living with disabilities. Bukuru recently had his first solo art show, and every one of his pieces sold. Now there's even a waiting list to buy Bukuru's original work.
Bukuru,
yes.
How much do you love painting and creating art?
I love very much. I love to do what I am doing as artist. I love it.
When you first see him paint or draw, you're surprised. You're surprised by what you see. I dream big dreams for Bukuru, and he will make them come true.
Certainly is. Coming up in our next hour, in my latest I Have a Story, I'm sharing more on this local artist whose creativity and inspiration can be found in every sketch and stroke. It's almost time to lace up those running shoes. The UCrops Monument Avenue 10K returns April 12th. Whether you want to walk, run, jog, or cartwheel the 6.2-mile course, registration remains open. Just scan the QR code right there on the bottom left of your screen to learn more about the event. And if you think you want to do it, register soon. Costs $55 right now to register, but that number will be bumping up on April 1st, which is no joke. 6:37 right now. And I know, Mike, you are training for the 10K with your cowbell because you'll be on the sidelines.
Yes, I will gladly spectate as you walk, run, or jog by.
I'll be there with you, my man.
And you know, as some people who are doing the training, quite a bit of a difference between yesterday and this morning. Yesterday we were in the 40s, made up to around 71. This morning we have some wind chills in the teens. It's a beautiful looking morning. It can be a nice, beautiful day, but it's going to stay cold at least for a couple more days. We're tracking a midweek warm-up up next.
Okay, Mike, thanks so much. This is the original spring break destination, Mike. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Isn't that the movie Where the Boys Are?
Yes, and that's where you and I spent spring break in 1982.
Totally. Look at this, 6:40 right now. Take a look at this video showing a strong winds picking up a patio bubble tent and then just tumbles away. Mark DeLora caught this on his Ring camera at his home in Seattle, Washington. You can even hear the tent start to crumble before it's blown off the patio and into the yard, taking it away, taking some of the chairs and cushions with it as well. Looking like a scene from Wizard of Oz right there.
Oh, I was thinking of Bubble Boy. I was like, thank God John Travolta's not inside that right now.
I've never seen that movie before.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What did that come out in, like 75, 6? I think so.
I mean, it was after the Welcome Back Kotter thing. It might have been before Grease. I don't know.
I think it was. It was before Grease, yeah.
But hey,
Saturday Night Fever, too.
Yeah, take a look right behind you.
Where's
no,
this?
The other side. Other side. Turn. Right there.
Oh.
Right there. The sun's up. Gosh. It's like working with a door instead of a window. We have clear skies outside now. Sun rose just a few moments ago at 6:39. It's going to be a beautiful looking day. However, it is significantly colder. In fact, our normal high this time of year is 55. Yesterday we hit 71. Today we're going to be more like 45 for our high today. As I mentioned, sun rose at 6:39. It'll set tonight at 6:04. And the air that's in right now is really dry. Outside, the relative humidity to that temperature of 25 is 49%. Bring that moisture inside, heat up to, let's say, 70 degrees. And your indoor relative humidity is 9%. You kind of want that to be about 35%. So it is going to be a very dry air type of day today. Look at the highs from the past few days. The 59 on Friday, hit 71 yesterday. Today, only about 45 for a high. Tomorrow, we'll get back closer to 50, then around 60 or so on Tuesday. Closer to 70 Wednesday. Cold front comes through, knocks us down into the 50s to around 60 towards the second half of the week. But we have a warm up for next week, which I'll talk about coming up in just a bit. Right now, temperatures are in the 20s, although it is 17 up in Stanton. And with the breeze outside, this is what it feels like. The wind chill is currently 13 in Richmond, 14 in Louisa, and it feels more like the teens to the low 20s across the area. High temperatures for today in the low to mid 40s. Farther south and west, we'll have highs in the upper 40s, like out by Danville. Tonight, really cold, even in fact, a little bit colder than it was this morning. Some low 20s with some upper teens to the north and west. For tomorrow, high temperatures will be about the mid 40s to low 50s, but cooler near the coast. And tomorrow night going into Tuesday morning won't be as cold. We'll have upper 20s and low 30s. Then high temperatures get into the 60s away from the coast Tuesday, and we'll get close to 70 on Wednesday as a storm system moves into the region. But high pressure is going to give us nice weather for today and tomorrow. Lots of clear sky. On Tuesday, it starts to warm up a little bit. We get more clouds into the area, and then we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. And with this storm system in and of itself, we're going to have some gusts potentially over 40 miles an hour with the thunderstorms. If that taps into some of the dynamics that'll be present with the storm, we could have some wind gusts over 60, so there's the potential for some severe weather Wednesday, which we'll talk more about coming up over the next couple days. But behind that system, a little bit cooler Thursday, Friday. Next weekend, low 60s Saturday with a chance of a shower. I think we'll be in the 50s next Sunday, but the following week, like a week from this Tuesday, we may have a string of 70-degree days.
All right, that's a sign of baseball. And speaking of baseball, when the Squirrels are away, we'll still play. Celebrating America's birthday on July 4th with the Flying Squirrels will look a bit different this year. We'll tell you more about the party at the Diamond happening while the team is playing out of town and how you can join in on the fun. .46 right now. Sad news from the music industry. Grammy-nominated rhythm and blues artist Angie Stone has died. Her longtime publicist announced Saturday that the singer died in a vehicle crash in Montgomery, Alabama. She had just wrapped up a concert Friday in Mobile and was heading to Atlanta, Georgia in a van when the crash happened. 9 other people were in the vehicle. No other details are known about the other people in the van or the circumstances surrounding the crash. Stone's career spanned decades. She was best known for hits like No More Rain and Wish I Didn't Miss You. Miss Stone was 63. In Washington and capitals across Europe, questions are still swirling after President Trump's Oval Office confrontation with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Zelensky is now in London, England, where European leaders will hold a summit today. Britain, France, and Ukraine are promising to create a ceasefire plan to present to the United States. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
Outside 10 Downing Street in London Saturday, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was greeted with an embrace from Prime Minister Keir Starmer and a promise of full support.
You have full backing across the United Kingdom, and we stand with you, with Ukraine, for as long as it may take.
Starmer, Zelensky, and other European leaders will hold a summit Sunday, where the central question now is how to heal Ukraine's relationship with its most important ally, the United States.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
Yeah,
you're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
After the Oval Office clash with President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, Zelensky was told to leave the White House, and the signing of a planned multi-billion-dollar deal for Ukraine's minerals was canceled, which was intended to pave the way for ceasefire talks with Russia.
He's got to say, I want to make peace. He doesn't have to stand there and say about Putin this, Putin that, all negative things.
Many Republican leaders have praised Trump after the confrontation, but near the White House Saturday, protesters promised to stand with Ukraine.
They have no reason to believe Russia, so I'm here to support them any way I can.
A $3.8 billion U.S. shipment of military equipment was already promised to Ukraine. It's now not clear if Trump will approve its delivery. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Americans are about to see the impact of a 10% job cut at the U.S. Forest Service, part of the White House's plan to shrink the federal government. To put that in perspective, more than 325 million people visit national parks and forests each year. Now, the remaining staff will have to scale back services. Former staff members in Wyoming say things like picking up trash and clearing trails might not happen. And due to the recent cuts, some ranger stations will not open. Former staff also say many of them are qualified to fight fires, so they worry about what will happen as wildfires become more frequent and more severe. Many are processing being let go.
Did you guys see yourselves making a career out of the Forest Service?
Yeah, I was going to be in this job for like 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I just had I have an 8-month-old baby right now, so it's like the potential stability there, and yeah, just the longevity. It was definitely going to be probably my last career.
The Forest Service is often the top employer in rural areas, which helps bring in tourism. Here at home, in an extremely rare move for the team, the Flying Squirrels will not be playing at the Diamond this year for the 4th of July. But you can still enjoy the holiday at the ballpark. In lieu of a game, you can attend the Star-Spangled Squirrels Fest on Independence Day. There'll be live music, fireworks, and hopefully not too many bugs. In fact, a limited number of tickets to watch the show from the field will be available, which will also come with an unique red, white, and blue hat. Tickets go on sale at Nutsy's Block Party, as well as online. And just a reminder, opening day at the Diamond this year, the very last one ever at the Diamond, Friday, April 4th, just a little bit more than a month away. First pitch at 6:35. 6:51 right now. The NFL season may be over, but the league's off-season always seeing lots of changes, with one rule creating some division. Should the NFL add the tush push to its list of banned plays? There's a lot of talk about this. Why it's not the first time that the play was reviewed, and the one NFL team that wants it banished for good.
Now, from CBS 6, the Weather Authority, meteorologist Mike Stone.
It's 6:55. The sun's been up for a little bit now. That's how it looks down in Petersburg. So it is a lovely looking morning. Yesterday we had high temperatures that got into the 70s across the region. But for today, we're going to have high temperatures that are only in the 40s. Right now we're in the 20s, and wind chills are in the teens across the area. And today we're heading up to a high of 45. So significantly cooler than yesterday. A little breezy this morning. The winds will decrease as the day progresses. Tonight, cold again, teens and 20s, near 50 tomorrow, around 60 on Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be a windy day with showers and storms, possibly some severe weather with highs close to 70, and then a little bit cooler for the second half of the week. Well, at 6:56, at least one NFL team has no brotherly love for the brotherly shove.
The Green Bay Packers are calling for the league's competition committee to place a ban on the tush push.
Tush push?
Tush push. That, according to league sources. Now, over the past few years, the Philadelphia Eagles have used the tush push to get short yardage for a first down or a touchdown. When the play is called, quarterback Jalen Hurts snaps the ball and is pushed from behind by his teammates. Officials with the NFL have looked at the matter before, but determined there was no significant increase in potential injuries. Philadelphia has had a lot of success with the tush push, including during this month's Super Bowl victory. Now, it's worth noting that the play is available to all of the teams. and has been successfully completed by many of them, including the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers. The competition committee is expected to discuss the matter at this month's annual league meeting. You know what? Try to stop them.
There you go. Well, before when you were my way, I did the tush push to get out of here, and I was like, have you been doing more squats?
How'd you know?
Just a
little tush push. Hey, many Central Virginians spent their beautiful Saturday with one of Richmond's most beloved teams. Yes, the Flying Squirrels. Now we're going to share how superfans have the chance to witness the grand opening of CarMax Park about a year from now. Look at how exciting that is.